See, Turek, your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
Yo, what's shaking, family? It's your guy Boro the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Man, as you can see by the title, we will be digging into Leo in the 4th house. Alright, before we get into that, y'all make sure to like, y'all make sure to share, y'all make sure to subscribe, alright? Y'all make sure to tap into my website where you could connect with me on a one-on-one level, and y'all make sure to tap into the Patreon where I'm diving into deeper astrological analysis and post. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, guys. The 4th house. What is the 4th house? Family environment, home environment. A huge emphasis on how we could look in that natal chart and, you know, interpret how you either deal with situations pertaining to the home and family environment, or, you know, how you deal with the emotions. Now, when we look at the moon, which is home in this house, that shows us a whole lot about how we deal with the emotions, how we process the emotions, what we're more inclined to react to, feel more, ultimately feel more inclined to react to, or invest into, or connect to, or understand. But when we're looking at that 4th house, the 4th house deals with the most private state of the chart. Is a water house, is a subconscious house. So we're going to be dealing with the emotions in this house. The family home environment is one of the first places you deal with emotions. It's the first place where you deal with a connection, you know, connection to your parents, connection to your mother, the feminine energy that you came out of. All right. So that 4th house energy is going to show me a whole lot about what you're experiencing in the home, and ultimately how you may start going about, you know, processing, dealing with, you know, your emotional well-being, your emotional stability, your privacy, your solitude, the situation with your parents, how you deal with traumas, insecurities, wounds that stem out this house. All right. You know, we're going to deal with some sense of insecurity, or, or a sense of some form of possible wounds and traumas in our water houses, especially the 4th house. How many things do we take from our family and home environment, or with the connection with our parents, into our relationships, into everyday life? All right. So depending on what we have in the 4th house shows us a whole lot of what's going on in there. Now, we always want to look at the house lord, and I'm actually doing a disservice by not highlighting the house lord as I go through some of these videos, but seeing the house lord of the house is always going to indicate what's really going on in there as well. So we're going to talk about Leo in the 4th house, but if you have Leo in the 4th house, you need to know where the sun is at. So if you have the sun in the 8th house in your, you have the sun in the 8th house, but you got Leo in the 4th house, you know, all of these things I'm going to say may very well apply as far as Leo in the 4th house, but your house lord, the house lord of the 4th house is in the 8th house, so a lot of 8th house things are going to be going on in your 4th house. What is the 8th house? Transformation, being behind the scenes, or being in the dark about things, secrets, your deep passions and motives. All right. It's also a water house dealing with connecting. Okay, transformation. So these are the things that may happen in your 4th house a lot. May go through a lot of transformative situations in the home. You know, may go through a lot of transformative situations as to what's home to you, how you deal with your emotions, how you process the emotions. You may want to deal with your privacy and your emotions behind the scenes in the dark. This is not something you want people to see from you. You know, these may be a lot of the things that you experience in the home could be intense and still be undercover. So you could be dealing with an intense ass situation, 4th house lord in the 8th house, and don't nobody know. That shit is a secret. You getting abused in the motherfucking home, but don't nobody know. That shit is behind the scenes. So this starts to help us understand, once again, house lords, what's really going on in the area. So let's go right through it. You know, I always make my little bullet points, my little notes, guys, but sometimes I just end up saying everything that I wrote down that's already on paper, because, you know, for the most part, this just helped me, you know, pick up certain things just in case I don't mention them. You know, there's times I do videos, guys, and there's like one specific key thing that I forgot to mention, but I was like, damn, if I had that written down, I would have made sure I hovered over that. So that's really what this is for. But when we look at Leo, Leo's ruled by the sun. It's a fixed sign. All right. It's a fixed sign and it's ruled by the sun. So it brings a sense of consistency and longevity in the home environment, whether it's ideals that's being thrown on you in the home family environment, or things that influence you to keep something in motion, keep something steady and consistent in your life based off what you experience in the home. It could be, and this could be whatever it is, but it's also the sun here is the sun and fire. All right, so we got the fire element and we got the sun. Now the influence of the sun bringing, overall, we got the influence of fixed energy, fire, and the sun. The sun brings awareness, influences expression, all right, and fire influences expression, awareness, okay. So when we have that in this constellation in the 4th house, a lot of the time, you know, when it comes to, and this is what these are Taurus risings. These are Taurus risings. Okay, so a lot of Taurus risings, when it comes to Leo in the 4th house, this is where this is where a lot of where they feel like they need, the area they need to be in to process their creativity is gonna be. You know, wherever we have Leo in the chart, this is the area where we process and deal and experiment with our creativity a lot. So a lot of Taurus risings, they'll deal with their creativity or what entertains them in the home. Their DVD system, sound system, that shit gonna be in the home with the Taurus risings, Leo in the 4th house. They video games, you know, whatever it is, they gadgets and gadgets, the things that entertain them, the things they have fun with, they're gonna be in the home, and they have to be in the home for the Taurus rising. They have to be in the home. Whatever the Taurus rising consider fun, that shit can't be something that the Taurus rising got to go outside the home to get. It has to be within the sanctuary, within the 4th house, you know? You know, it has to be something that's, I don't have to get up to, you know, feel me, to connect to. It's right in my space. So that's very important for Taurus rising, especially if you raising Taurus rising children, man. You wanna let them, you wanna make sure all their creative resources, whatnot, all of that, the things that stimulate their mind, what they like to have fun, what they like putting together, you wanna make sure all of that it's in the home, because they'll stay in their room all day. You don't know you gave birth to a Taurus rising that's a creative ass genius, and all they need is to make sure that they got a piano in their bedroom. Let them stay in the bedroom with their piano and turn into baby Beethoven, baby Mozart. You feel me? That's how that shit play out. Leo in the 4th house, you got to leave these people to their privacy and their solitude for them to really tap into what they feel like they could create a lot of the times. Now, there's so many different energies in the chart, planets and houses and alignments that influence creative abilities. So, you know, certain zodiac signs will say this zodiac sign more creative than the other zodiac sign, but you know, it's so many different alignments you can have. Sun sextile this, Sun conjunct that, or you know, Neptune in this house, Jupiter in that house, Venus in this house. So it's so many things that could influence creativity, creative. Every single one of us have multiple things that influence creative attributes within us. Now, when we look at Taurus risings, when we look at where we got Leo in the chart, period, that's always going to be an area where we play with our creativity in some type of shape or form. It could be an area where we manifest attention and sunlight, all right? And it's in, when you have Leo in the 4th house, a lot of the time, they could be, their family situations, home environment may have to make it to the spotlight. So, in their relationships, they may be very expressive of what's comfortable to them, how they like the home environment set up. So that's going to have light on top of it from the gate. When we look at things they may have experienced in the home or whatnot, you know, they just may be real expressive of these things, or like to use a lot of these examples within their expression in some type of shape or form. All right. Also, you know, when we look at the 4th house being the home, Leo in here, they take a lot of pride, Leo pride. They take a lot of pride in constructing the home too. You ain't really gonna walk into a Taurus rising crib, Leo in the 4th. Like, these are a great host. They know how to host shit. You want to stay at their crib all the time because they got that nice ass, flexible ass, long chair in the corner with the video game system. Like, you like being in their goddamn Taurus rising house. You feel me? The feng shui Leo in there gonna be set up a little different. Leo's loud, vivid, creative, colorful. So when you throw that into the 4th house, the home gonna be like that. So the home has to be playland for the Taurus risings. The home has to be playland. The minute the home don't be feeling like that, oh man. The minute a Taurus rising or Leo in the 4th house has to go to a campus and that's just not feeling like home, they gotta do this retreat, that shit not feeling at home, like wherever they gotta temporarily sleep at and that shit ain't feeling home, they gonna be a little wacky, all right, a little upside down. So that's what we got with that there. But yes, a lot of the creative essence is developed within the home. Takes pride in providing comfort, hosting. All right, home is the creative sanctuary. Period. Home is a creative sanctuary. This energy can show for a real intuitive and slightly irresponsible energy at times. You real intuitive. You got Leo in the fourth house. Leo could see the fourth house dealing with emotional stability. Sometimes these individuals, based off how people express themselves, their self-expression, they could read people's emotional states. All right. Leo in the fourth house also may have picked up creative influences from the parents, from the siblings. So the parent was an artist, and then you became an artist. You know, your parent played the piano, now you playing the piano. It could be a lot of that shit in the home for the Taurus rising as well. All right, but overall, their creative space in their private space, that's huge for them. As a child, Taurus risings, they need that, or you can see them cling on to how they have to go in their room to deal with what they like to create or whatnot. You know, what likes to entertain them. You know, but it could be irresponsible too, because the home environment, when we're dealing with the fourth house and it deals with the family and home environment, when you throw Leo in there, sometimes, you know, Leo, it ain't that much dealing with, you know, authoritative order like energies. Leo's real free spirited. It want to move, it want to dance, it want to express, it want to be creative. So sometimes irresponsible within the home at times, not influencing so much of a sense of structural organization within their energies. Now the home is gonna be decked out. They're gonna want to have fly shit in the house. They're gonna want to have that, you know. But when we're just looking at probably being reliable or being able to lean on within situations in the home environment, sometimes, you know, Leo, Taurus rising may have to embrace, you know, that responsibility at times. With Leo in the fourth house, you could always end up the center of attention in your home environment too. A lot of Leos in the fourth house can end up being the center of attention in the home and family environment. But when we say center of attention, that is not always deemed positive. You could be the center of attention. It's like your shit is always the center of attention in the house, and it could be annoying. It could be frustrating. It's like, you feel me? You got siblings and all that. It's like, damn, why my shit always gotta be front street in the home? My fucking little brother just got arrested. Why we not talking about that nigga right now at dinner? What? I gotta see on the paper and my shit, I'm the center of attention. This little nigga got arrested today. That's Leo in the fourth house. Yo ass the center of attention. In some type of shape or form, the light in the home just ends up revolving towards you. Or you gain recognition, notoriety, or be known for shit that's going on in your house. So a lot of Taurus rises, they go to school, people, they already have a reputation based off their siblings, their parents already, or the neighborhood they're from. When we look at the fourth house, we could start correlating your actual neighborhood in there sometimes. That's home. That's your, you know, the space that you're the most comfortable in based off of your upbringing. Okay? Kind of the third house too. When we look at neighborhood, third house. But I said in many videos, third and fourth houses have so many similarities. So yeah. Center attention in the home. A lot of situations in the home end up being things you get known for, attached to your self-identity that you be seen for or whatnot. You know, it's a positive or negative thing. You may have an older sibling that's an asshole. Now you got a reputation when you go to high school based off your older sibling or something. Now you inherit beef, inherit situations with other individuals. Or, you know, based off your parents, your siblings, or people that you're, you know, within the home family environment, you may have a real positive reputation based off something. You feel me? Your siblings was good at basketball or something. They think you good at basketball. They trying to put the center of attention on you. Or you know, you had a real cool sibling in high school, whatever. Everybody know you the younger sibling of that individual. You feel me? Or you go to a school, you go somewhere and your parents went to that school. It's like you sometimes, Leo in the fourth house, you pick up light based off of what was in what energy was already set a precedent before you in the home. So it's like you could walk into certain situations like, oh yeah, I remember when I taught your father this, that, and the third. You go in the same high school as your father, you get known now, all the teachers already fuck with you and shit. Or people in this new environment already fuck with you because your older sibling, or people already know somebody, you're running your relatives or whatnot. So a lot of situations in a home can end up being spotlight for the Taurus rising. It's easier for these individuals to deal with their creative endeavors or expression when the fourth house is stable. So a lot of times Leo, and it heavily also depends on where the moon sign is at, but with this type of energy, the fourth house, Leo in the fourth house, sometimes when these Taurus rises go into their creative endeavors or anything dealing with creative expression, it's always best that the fourth house feels stable. It's always best that the fourth house, how they deal with their emotions, their relationship between their privacy and solitude, or overall the people that they really care about, things going on in the home environment. The more stable this fourth house could feel, the more sometimes they'll feel more comfortable to thrive. Does this mean they can't thrive with their creative expression when the home is not stable or not? No. But when it is, this makes them feel real comfortable to dive into that expression, dive into being seen for their creativity and their talents, you know. This can potentially play out dramatic moments based off their emotional well-being. You know, Leo here is very prideful, expressive, and potentially dramatic based off the situation. So when you have Leo in the fourth house, depending on what these individuals, Taurus risings, are experiencing in the home, this is how they can push out their dramatic dramatic energies. And they don't have to have Leo placements, but if they have Leo placements, if it's a Taurus rising there, Leo sun, moon, motherfucking Leo Jupiter in this house, you feel me? You know, Leo Mars Venus. Yes, they're gonna have the potential to play out dramatic situations based off of not feeling stable in the fourth house. So Taurus rising, gotta be careful of that. Okay. Leo likes to express, likes to gain the attention, like to put things on the stage for people to see, likes to demonstrate. So with the fourth house feeling unstable, sometimes a Leo in the fourth house will put their emotions on the stage. So you can see that. So you can see they're not playing about something, you know. They can manifest being the center of attention in the family environment, right? We mentioned that. And the attention from loved ones and parents. Yes. Okay, so that's another thing that starts to become possibly something that you may either feel like you have to fight for, or things that you've developed in the home that could start leading into certain traumas, insecurities, childhood wounds that you have to navigate and work through. Maybe feeling like you wasn't getting that attention from a specific parent or from your parents, or the attention you was getting was always being the center of attention for something negative, or center attention for a responsibility or of something, or responsibility you got to handle or whatnot. So that's a situation you want to make sure you don't take into your relationships, or you're always conscious of how to deal with it or acknowledge it. That's the wisest thing to say. You want to be real conscious about acknowledging that you experienced this in the home, not feeling like you got attention, you know, from the family home environment or from your parents for the things you may have wanted attention for, or not got attention on your emotions. So you always the center of attention here, but how you feel and how you think about things, that wasn't a center of attention. So this may start to be something that creates them, you know, traumas, and that's what you want to work to. Always acknowledge it. Remember, whatever, if you got Leo in the fourth house, whatever house you have the sun at, that's the house that you can always deal with to feel more, to find answers, to connect to peace of mind, to feel more stable, period, to help you deal with situations in the home and the family environment by default. So you want to see what house you got the sun in. All right, guys, but that's Leo in the fourth house. Next, we picking it up with Virgo in the fourth house. All right, so that will be for what? All of my Gemini ascendants. All right, all of my Gemini rising ascendants. All right, family, until next time, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You feel me? Make sure to tap into my Patreon and tap into my website to connect with the Lucky Libra. Until next time, family, peace.